Okay, when we were using Vertex form before, y'all did not know how to do any of the operations with polynomials, so you didn't know how to multiply. So when we did this, we didn't talk a lot about standard form because y'all didn't know how to multiply this out to convert it into standard form. That's the reason why we're doing it now. To my knowledge, we're not going to go from standard form back into Vertex form. I'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure you're only expected to go in this direction, to go from Vertex to standard form. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's actually really, really easy. I don't know what just happened. It's actually really, really easy, but you got to pay attention. You got to make sure that you're real focused on order of operations. Okay. So when I think about order of operations, we have P, E, M, D, A, S, right? So first I got to work inside the parentheses. There's nothing to do in here because I don't know what X is. The next thing is exponents. So remember, we need to start by expanding that out. Okay, when we expand that out, we see that we have x minus 3 times x minus 3. If you recognize that that is a perfect square trinomial, then you should be able to figure out what the pattern is. And you should know that it's x squared minus 6x plus 9. But if you don't, do what we always do. Put it in a box and multiply it out. Okay, so we have x minus 3 here, x minus 3 there. That's x squared minus 3x plus 9. When I combine that, I get x squared minus 6x plus 9. Now don't forget about this minus 4. Why did I do minus 4? Because it's part of my original equation and I got to address it. Now I'm going to combine like terms, and that gives me y equals x squared minus 6x, positive 9 minus 4 is plus 5. If you put these in your calculator, they should be equivalent, and that's how you know that you did it right. Okay, so if I put parentheses x minus 3 squared minus 4 into my calculator in y1, and then in y2 I put what I got, which is x squared minus 6x plus 5, they should be equivalent. When I look at the table, they are. When I look at the table, they are equivalent. All my y1s and y2s are equal. That means I simplified them correctly, and that this and this are both equivalent. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, probably not going to have any questions for you this time because I just want you to practice. We'll do a bunch more examples tomorrow. Okay, so the second one, and this is on your green paper, but I didn't feel like I had enough room there. This one is a little more complicated. Actually, yeah, I got a question for you right now. 2 times x minus 5 squared minus 2. What does this equation have that that one doesn't? Which value? A, H, or K? Okay. Hopefully what you notice is that this has an A value. Now, again, we're going to do order of operations. And we can do this whichever way we want. Okay, you're going to have to multiply back out all your factors, but it doesn't matter which order you do it in. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this out. So y is 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 5 minus 2. Okay? Now, I've expanded my exponents, so now all I have is multiplication. So I have a choice now. I could put this in a box and multiply it, and then distribute the 2 later, or I can distribute the 2 now and multiply afterwards. But remember, I'm only ever going to multiply 2 things at a time. So I multiply this. When I'm done, I can multiply it by that, or whatever order I want to. Me personally, I'm going to distribute now because I know if I don't do it now, I'll forget to do it later. Okay, so I have 2x minus 10 times x minus 5 minus 2. So I'm still on multiplication. I did the first multiplication. Now I have more multiplication left to do. For this multiplication, I need to put this thing into a box. Okay. So I'm going to put 2x minus 10 here and x minus 5 here. 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. 2x times negative 5 is negative 10x also. Negative 10 times negative 5 is positive 50. When I combine my terms, I get y equals, replacing this with 2x squared minus 20x plus 50. And then don't forget, we still have that minus 2. This is the part that I think you guys are going to forget to do. If you forget to do anything, you're either going to forget to distribute this through, or you're going to forget to do this part, or both. Okay, now I'm going to combine my like terms. 2x squared minus 20x, 50 minus 2 is plus 48. And again, I can check to see that these are equivalent by sticking them in my calculator. And since I like to get the right answer, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I have 2x minus 5 squared minus 2. And then I have 2x squared minus 20x plus 48. And then I look at the table, and every row in the table is equivalent, so I know I've done it correctly.